Yeah, hello everybody, I'm Klaus and welcome again to 3 Minutes Only, my running online interview series. And today we are at session number 9. My guest today is a musician from UK. He's the singer and bass guitar player who's performing together with his brother Mark in a band which was founded in 1974. So please welcome John Gallagher from UK band Raven.
Hey Klaus, how you doing?
How are you doing, John?
I am grand. I'm doing good.
First of all, how's the weather in England, and especially in Newcastle?
It's kind of like this. That's the best description.
It's raining, right?
Yeah, it's miserable. It's better than it was, but it's very windy too. So yeah. We get all the weather today.
Looking out the window, we have heavy rain at the moment, so it's summer is at the moment in a big break. So okay, John, 3 minutes only, so we start with our questions. You are listed as a British American metal band. For our understanding, where do all the Raven members live? In UK, in USA, or UK and USA, whatever?
Well, for the past few years, I've had half the time in the States with my brother and half the time over here in Newcastle. And so my brother's over in Florida and our drummer Mike is over in LA. So we are all over the shop. Very cosmopolitan.
Okay.
But you know what they say, they can take the boy out of Newcastle, but you can't take Newcastle out of the boy. So there you
go. John, Raven was founded by you and your brother Mark in 1974. I can remember in this year, Germany won the football World Cup. I was 11 years old. And which remaining impressions do you still have from this time as everything began for Raven?
Back in 1974, well, it was a tough time. There was, let me just do 16 things at once here. There was unemployment. There was no, I remember going to the forest to get wood to burn, to keep warm. It was that bad, you know? So, you know, that kind of was the climate. It was very, very on the edge, put it that way. We lived in a blue collar town and, you know, there wasn't a lot of money to go around. And that's part of our upbringing, I guess, to be stubborn, to fight back and to try and make it work.
Okay. So to found a band was your idea to fight against all this unemployment and all this time?
Well, we loved music, and I mean, looking back, there was only 2 ways to get out of Newcastle as far as in doing something with your life. One was playing football and one was playing music, and we weren't exactly great at playing football, so we went to the music.
Okay, John, how must one fancy it if someone is performing since 1974 together with his brother in a band? Does everything run there always smoothly, or there are a little bit problems anyway?
No, we are unusual in that, you know, we get on really well, and if there's any arguments or disagreements, we get them out in the air, and 5 minutes later, it's forgotten about. We used to fight when we were kids, but of course, we decided to start hitting the instruments and smashing them around rather than each other. So it works out a lot better that way.
Okay. John, in August, Raven released a new single for the song Top of the Mountain. The track is taken from the band's upcoming album, Metal City. Can you say something about the new record, which is available in September 2020?
It is nuclear. It will blow your head off. It's seriously the best thing we've ever done. These stars were aligned, and even though we had to get out there with earth movers and move the stars in the right places, because none of this came easy. It's been a 3-year gestation period to get the album where it is, but well worth all the effort, absolutely. Mike Keller, it's his first studio album with us on drums, and he absolutely kills it. This album's full of energy, it's full of just unbridled passion, We got great songs, great melodies, great playing. You know, we couldn't be happier with it. And the reaction so far has been awesome. It's exactly what we would have wished for. So really cool.
Okay, and how did you manage the recording? Did you send files from US to UK or backwards? And how did you manage that?
Usually for us, in the past, we've all recorded together as a band and then, you know, got a drum track and then maybe fixed up the other tracks. This is the first time really since the Pack is Back where we did the one at a time. And we had reservations about that, but Mike had said, well, I want to record in my own studio so that I can get a creative performance. If I don't like what I do, I can, you know, fix it in the same way that guitar players and bass players and vocalists do on their tracks. Why shouldn't drummers? So I said, okay, here's some guitar tracks. And he sent back his scratch drums at like just an attempt, and it was unbelievable. And I was just like, well, I don't care if you got your feet in Marmite and you got your mother's panties on your head, go for it. Whatever you're doing works. So we did that. And then we ended up, it's a long story, but we ended up with our old friend Michael Wagner and went to Nashville to his studio and did the guitars and the bass and the vocals there. And, you know, it worked out. The proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Okay. John, my very last question is, there are rumors that Raven was a kind of, let me say, big brother for bands like Metallica or Anthrax during touring with them in the early 80s. Is that correct?
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, we give those guys their first opportunities. Metallica's first tour was opening for us, and Anthrax's first tour was opening for us. And, you know, awesome bands, great guys, and we got on well. And, you know, since we'd been around the block and done it, yeah, they watched, they listened, they learned, they, you know, took the experience in, made it their own, and went forward and did their own thing. Absolutely. Okay. We always love to have a hot, great band opening up for us. I mean, we gave HAMMERFALL their first tour back in '97. Them and Tank were opening up for us on that. So absolutely, we love to have a great band. There's nothing worse than having a so-so band on your bill. You want to have someone who kicks the audience into high gear and makes you go, okay, we got to deliver and go out and do our thing. And who wins? The audience. They get a great show.
Okay. John, do you still have contact with all these members of all these bands, or is this a little bit lost?
I mean, I run into them at festivals and stuff. Yeah, obviously, you know, Metallica. It's like trying to reach an alien civilization at this point. But on the few times we've had to, I can get in touch with those guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, John, time is up. Thank you for your time. I wish you all the best, all the members, all the best. Stay healthy, stay safe, and yeah, hope to see you again with your brother Mark and Mike as soon as possible at any festival or concert here in Germany.
2021, we have in February. We have a tour booked for Europe. So
okay, your book, fantastic.
Yep.
John, thanks for all, and I wish you a great Friday and a great weekend.
Awesome. Thank you, Klaus. Cheers.